Hi, my name is Nate Morsches. I'm the president of RPG in downtown Lawrence. I'm also an RN who has weekly experience with COVID-19 at the hospitals. This is a weekly update that we do on a regular basis. It is not to replace any official sources of information, but rather to help provide an on-the-ground perspective from a business owner and RN who lives in Lawrence, Kansas. So let me start by talking a little bit about Douglas County and what we're dealing with right now. COVID cases have leveled out the past few weeks. They're still higher than they were during phases 1 and 2 of reopening, but they're not getting higher in general right now. It seems like the mask ordinance is really doing its job, which is great. The percentage of positives for all COVID tests is currently 5.2% in Douglas County, which is much lower than at Kansas City hospitals right now. The reports I receive are around 15% people who are symptomatic test positive, and about 15% of the time. And here in our county, white males ages 20 to 29, it's still the highest demographic of positives. Now, mark your calendars in terms of current events. August 24th, 9 a.m., Albert Wilson is having his court date. And on September 11th, Ron Terrace, Washington is. I understand there are going to be some protests on those dates around those times. And I just want to reiterate to everybody, please wear your masks, social distance as much as possible. I'll be there. I'll be doing first aid and providing that resource to everybody involved. Let me tell you a little bit about what I've experienced this week in the hospital. So to start with, I will say that the reports we received at the hospitals at Kansas counties with mask mandates show a steep COVID-19 drop. And obviously, we don't think that that is any kind of coincidence. Please remember that PPE is still sparse. We're like months out now from the beginning of this pandemic. We need to remember to continue to conserve those N95s for us and at the hospital and doing healthcare. Just be aware as you're purchasing your PPE for use, we still are working to conserve as much as possible. I want to break down a little bit for you what it looks like when I go into a patient's room and have to don all the PPE. And, the first thing we do is I put on my hair mask or my hair net. I put on my N95. I put on the goggles. I put on the gown. I put on the gloves. And in total, that probably takes anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes to do properly. Then we go in. We do everything we need to do with the patients that causes us to need to cluster care. It takes so long to do the donning and doffing of the PPE that we want to do all the tasks together, making sure that we're maximizing our use of the PPE and getting everything done for the patient. So this week I had a woman who needed to receive a blood transfusion, and I needed one piece of information, which was on her bracelet, that had to do with the blood she was receiving. It was just an identification number. Now, because I didn't have that, what I needed to do was don and doff, total of 10 to 20 minutes to go in that room and find one number, write it down. And it's things like that, when you're dealing with multiple patients with COVID-19, you're moving in and out of rooms, clustering your care as much as possible. A 20 to 25 minute delay because you need to get one single number, that's tough. And I just wanted to kind of lay that out for you so you kind of see what it's like on the ground as we're taking care of these patients. So here at RPG, let me go ahead and tell you a little bit about the things we're doing here to keep you all safe when you come and enjoy food and drink with us, as well as the games. We are continuing all our COVID precautions. I set up the policies and procedures to make sure that what we're doing is actually pretty consistent with what the hospitals are doing in terms of screening patients, screening customers as they walk in the door, and screening employees when they come in before work as well. We have Bring RPG Home, which is currently in alpha phase. Sign up for that online. We're very excited about it. You can get board games delivered to your house to rent. So if you're looking to stay at home, this is a perfect program for you. We are doing first aid at the protest, as I mentioned earlier, and we will be having a first aid class coming up here pretty soon if you're interested in that. We have sidewalk dining. It's beautiful out there. As you know, we've got these tables and wonderful plants from Jungle House. It's beautiful, and I can't say enough good things about Jungle House. They have done a great job. Great customer service, beautiful plants. It's amazing out there. So if you're looking to eat outside, we've got that out there for you. We have to-go cocktails. If you want to have one of Mo, our bar manager, one of his really great cocktails, you can get that all to go as well. We have more accessibly priced menu items as well to account for your need to take out more often. And all these things are for the purpose of making everything as accessible for you as possible in the middle of this crazy pandemic. So if you have any questions, we have a new email address, rpgnurse@rpglawrence.com. You can email me directly with that address, and if you have questions, if it's reasonable, we'll go ahead and answer them live here during these videos. You can also leave comments on social media, YouTube, etc. Once again, we are not an official source. We recommend looking to local authorities, the CDC, the WHO, and for the most up-to-date information. Again, I'm Nate Morsches, an RN and president of RPG. We hope you stay safe, happy, and healthy in this time, and that we all continue to make Lawrence a healthy place.